Om Shri Sai Ram Gurudev Datta. This is another edition of Sanatan Vision. When I say Sanatan Vision, this is the presence of Vishwayogi Vishwaji Maharaj, who is propagating the essence of Sanatan Dharma in various parts of the world. And I'll quickly mention that some people who have followed the life of Vishwayogi Vishwaji Maharaj looks up to him as the incarnation of Bhagwan Dattatreya himself. Now, how that is significant for us may or may not be the subject of conversation at the moment, but let's begin first of all by expressing our gratefulness and gratefulness that he has taken time to talk to us. And as I extend my pranams to you, Baba, tell me how each day happens to be special. Then this Kartik Purnima and relationship with the arrival of Bhagwan Dattatreya is significant for us.
After Ashwin Masa, we are getting Diwali. Deepavali. Deepavali is festival of lamps, From that day onwards, Kartik Mass begins. Kartik Purnima is very auspicious, very, very auspicious. If we lamp before the ideal of the deity whom we are liking and loving very much, we will be blessed with prosperity, long life. In every field we will shine, and we can make the earth peaceful. That is very important. If we lamp Jyoti, if you light the Jyoti, so lightning of the Jyoti in every house, in every heart, and if we unite all the Jyotis, that is Akhanda Vishwa Jyoti, then the darkness, all the evil forces are running away from the earth, and we will be happy. So we have to make our heart and mind powerful and peaceful. I have been telling for the last so many years also. Here, Hridaya Jyoti. This is Jnana Jyoti. Prema Jyoti in the heart and Jnana Jyoti in the mind. We have to lighten Prema Jyoti in the heart and Jnana Jyoti in the mind. And we have to put two Jyotis at the two lotus feet of Shiva. Shiva is the symbolic form of the infinite universe. That is Vishnu, that is Brahma. So, it is our first and foremost duty to fill our heart with love and fill the mind with the divine knowledge and peace. We have to make it peaceful. If we fill the mind with infinite knowledge, divine knowledge, Divya Jnana, then it will become peaceful. Peaceful means fully peace, not half or 3/4, 90%, 80%. So, during the Kartika Mass and on the very auspicious day of Kartika Purnima, we have to take an oath, pledge, O Lord, on this auspicious day, Kartika Purnima day, we are going to lighten the Prema Jyoti in our heart and the Jnana Jyoti in our mind, and we are spreading love and Jnanam to each and everyone so as they can become powerful and peaceful. If we want peace, listen to me carefully, this is very important. If we want peace, we should become powerful. If we become powerful, it is the solution for all the problems, any problem. We need not suppress the problem, throw away the problem, solve the problem. Simply becoming powerful, the problems are going away. Just like seeing the Director General of Police, the thieves and murderers are running away. And to throw away the darkness, we need not use our hands or any brooms also. Simply switching on the light. If you switch on the light, immediately darkness is going and we are getting the light. Same way, we have to lighten the Jnana Jyoti in our mind, Prema Jyoti in our heart. On this very auspicious day, Kartika Purnima day, I bless each and every one, and I want them to lighten Prema Jyoti in the heart and Jnana Jyoti in the mind, and give light and peace to the whole world.
I have observed Baba arriving to United States since 2003. Probably it happened even before that. This Divine March. Now, Baba, when you visit devotees or people seekers at their home, they feel blessed. They definitely get a sense of fullness. Now, my question comes from a different level, which is not your level, which is not full of light of knowledge. But people usually look at the world in transaction in terms of give and take. So, if we try to understand, you are giving, giving, giving wherever you are going. So, do you ever think, what am I getting? Or your giving and getting is one and the same?
I am very happy to say that I am fully successful because I am doing his work. He is having connection with this body, and he is living in this body, and he is doing his work through this body. I am thinking like that. If we think like that, if we surrender like that, we have connection with that universal power, and that universal power is coming and dwelling in our heart and becoming ourself identically equal to himself, and there is no difference between myself and himself, only one self, universal self. So I going to each and every person, each and every family, even in the midnight also, I don't feel any tiredness. I am ready to go, but are they ready? I want to give them what they want. That's not selfishness, their selfishness. They have to think about their wives. You have to think about your wife, your children, and your neighbors, your caste, your religion, your country. The person who does not love his own wife, his children, how can he love the Lord? He has to see the Lord in his wife, in his children. It is his duty, kartavya, dharma. I, I am not thinking about myself. If they like me, dislike me, I never feel anything. I told one Vedic Brahmin also 1 hour before, do your duty. Just like the sun giving the light and rays to each and every part of every corner of this world, universe, his solar system, solar family. He is not thinking good, bad, or anything. The persons who receive and use properly, they will be benefited. Otherwise, they are losing. So, love is coming, rays are coming, and divine blessings are coming from this body, heart, mind. Those persons who are able to receive, they will be benefited. Otherwise, they are not benefited. That's, that is their responsibility to connect themselves to this magnetic field. Suppose take a magnet and magnetic field. If an iron piece enters the magnetic field of the magnet, it is being attracted by the magnet, and the magnetic waves are going and coming, transmitting into the iron piece, and iron piece also becoming the magnet, and it is having magnetic field around itself. So we are expanding, listen to me carefully, this is very important. We are expanding our magnetic field. One girl asked me, how can you expand your magnetic field to infinite state? Can you explain? In Washington DC, you know that girl. I gave an example like this. Take a magnet, it is having magnetic field. One iron piece is coming and entering the magnetic field, it is becoming magnet and it is having magnetic field around itself, and another piece of iron is coming and it entering the magnetic field of this magnet, it is also becoming a magnet, and like this the magnetic field is expanded. That is the secret. So we have to make others also to enter into our magnetic field and to become magnet, so as they can make another iron piece a magnet. In this way, we can expand the universal magnetic field and we can make each and every one peaceful and powerful also.
Sometimes from various sources, from philosophy, people are thinking that moksha is the goal, liberation. But the day to day life tells them that making money is my goal. And they don't find any clear cut, satisfying way of becoming clear about their goal. Would you be helpful in that direction?
Now people are have become money minded, commercial. Even I am very sorry and I am very, I can't tell in words. I am very hurted also. Divinity also, religion also has become commercial. Education has become commercial. Medicine has become commercial. Food has become commercial. Water, drinking water also has become commercial. Everyone commercial, commercial, commercial. But in our Sanatana Dharma also, we give much importance to Lakshmi, Ashtalakshmi, Dhanalakshmi, Dhanyalakshmi, Santanalakshmi, Vidyalakshmi, different kinds of 8 Lakshmis we worship. So earning money is not bad. We have to earn a lot of money legally on the dharmic path. And we have to spend money for our family, for doing good things also. To do good things, we want money. I have been telling each and every person also, especially youth, an ideal example, Bill Gates. He earned a lot with self-effort, self-support. And now he is spending 90% of his income for the benefit of the world. So, wherein don't keep yourself idle. Keep yourself an ideal person, not ideal person. So, don't think about the commercial. Why man has become commercial, you think? We have made like that. So, don't give any importance to money. So everyone, even the person in the highest position of the society also likes me, loves me, and they are talking to me. Nobody knows about it. Secretly also they are talking, and for the solution of their problems, political, economical, financial, social, family problems, any problem. So I am telling, I am the solution for every problem also them they have solved. There is a way, scientific way is there, yogic way is there. It is above all religions, races, and it is the unique and universal. So one person, one efficient person in this country, I don't tell you the name, I should not tell also. He himself will tell afterwards. Swami Vishwayogi, unique and universal. He declared, he told while he was talking to me through telephone, you are unique and universal. I want to write a book, Vishwayogi, the unique and universal. Not only myself, I mean not the body, the power which is existing in the body. It is the universal power. So salute the universal power. Don't give any importance to the body. Body, now here is the body. After so many years, body will be going. But the power is unique and universal, eternal, immortal. So, commercialization is not good. Don't commercialize. Earn money, but don't become a slave to that money. We earn money, so should not become you. Don't become a slave to the money. You use the money properly. So, money is very important. We can do so many good things. Good things. We have to help the poor. Not only poor, middle class families suffering a lot. Suffering a lot. So they can't tell outwards. So we have to select and we have to help them. We have to lead them. We have to guide them. And we have to guard them also so as to protect the dharma. To protect the dharma, it is the first and foremost duty of the divine persons, gurus, to protect the dharmic people who are walking on dharmic path. Just like they are all the soldiers. The government is feeding army, navy, air force. Why? Although there is no war, they are spending a lot of money for themselves, for the defense forces, because they will protect the nation. In the same way, the army, the spiritual army, is the dharmic persons, whether he is a journalist, or a politician, or a businessman, or an employee, whatever the field may be, we have to protect them, guide them, lead them, bless them physically, mentally, financially, socially, and spiritually. Five strengths are very essential: physical strength, mental strength, financial strength, social strength, and spiritual strength. Then only we will attain the abode of the peace. We can make the world Prasantinalaya.
What way you may guide us in being good receiver, even if the strength is flowing, we don't seem to be getting it. And we in America, the term is we don't buy these words which are full of wealth. Buy meaning don't don't accept. So and allow me to add, Baba, you mentioned about granthis. So many people are not even aware that there is a rid granthi and all these granthis, they need to be broken. So when we were created by the creator, using the modern technology term, is there any manual for man which would guide him towards light?
That's a good question. So we have to, let's suppose I am having laptop or iPad. Suppose take laptop. You given me an Apple laptop. Swami is a gift for you. I have taken. I have to know how to open and the internet and how to use it, how to send the emails, how to get the emails, how to open the website, different websites. Then only I will be benefited. So a technique is there by nature itself, but we have to know how to use it for our benefit, for our use. So all in the same way, granthis are there in our body. Secret and sacred power centers are there in our body. So we have to focus on that particular center of the power center, using the mind or physical pressure or mental pressure. Then the knots will be released and the power which is existing in that knot will be coming out like a fountain. Centers are there for five elements of the earth also. Prithvi, Apas, Tejo, Vayu, Akasha. Prithvi, Mooladhara is the Prithvi center. Swadhisthana, Jalatattva. Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura. Manipura is Agni Tattva. Anahata is Vayu Tattva. Visuddhi is Akash Tattva. These five centers are the centers for the five elements of the earth. We are all the children of the Mother Earth. And we are having the qualities of our mother. So these five elements, centers of five elements, must be interrelated and connected to the five elements of the earth. Earth means not only the earth on which we are living, the whole universe is also having Prithvima. There is Prithvima, Panchabhutatma Tattva is there. So we are losing, we are disconnecting the connection. That's why we are suffering. Yoga means through yoga, through sadhana, we can connect to the sun, that is the center of solar system. Through sun, we are connecting to the universal center, that is Sunya Mandala, Bindu Trikona Sanyuktam, that is. So, integration is itself by nature. By nature, integration is there. We are connecting that integration, unity, so we are lacking. You told him another thing. You are giving and giving. Yes, Mother Earth is also giving everything to us. We are getting and forgetting. Mother Earth is giving and forgiving. Lord gives, Guru gives and forgives. We get and forgets. Although we forget, Guru does not curse, does not keep us away from him. He always takes us, embraces us, kisses us, and transmits the power to us and makes us powerful and peaceful, leads us, guides us.
We can make the world a place full of peace. Now, talking about peace, Baba, and you talked about universal power. You also mentioned about the need to protect dharma. And this dharma word takes us to another area where sometimes you start looking at organized religion and unorganized religion. So the dharma that you refers, which I understand is about Sanatan Dharma, which is loosely or by many people looked upon as Hindu Dharma, and there are other religions without naming some organized religions which have a different way of gaining strength by working collectively uh, with some political motives also, and that has resulted into a lot of disruption in our world these days. So, what do you say? In order to have strength for the dharma, is it important to have some sort of a organized structure for dharma?
Problem at all. We are creating the problem. So, one example, hospitals are there, so many hospitals. For what purpose we are constructing the hospital? To cure the diseases, to treat the patients and make the patients healthy. Do that. Why should you, to make your hospital prosperous, why should you try to diminish other hospitals? Let so many hospitals may come, serve the society, treating the patients, throwing away the diseases and making them healthy. So the problem is, your answer is in your question itself. Politics are entering into the religion. That's the main reason for all problems. So, politics should not enter the religion. Religion is different from spirituality. I have been talking and preaching spirituality but not religion. But religion is a part and part of spirituality. Religion is not bad. A religion should make the man a perfect human being, having 100% human values in him. A good person, a good citizen who loves his family, his country, his dharma, other dharma also. We have to follow our dharma and we have to respect other dharmas.
Baba, forgive me, I probably might be repeating this question, but in the light of what we hear,
That is the nature of the journalist.
and I have to follow the dharma of the journalist while talking to you. So when we read about Islamic State and then mass killing in the name of Islam, I consciously.
I am not going in uh, controversial things. Any religion, I don't tell this religion or this religion name, but any religion which wants to diminish other religions or other paths, other countries, it is not good. Live and let others live. Kill or die is not a good slogan. Live and let others live. Dharma is only Vishwadharma. Universal rule is only Vishwadharma. That is only Sanadharma. Why I like Sanadharma? Because it loves all. Vasudhaika Kutumbakam. It is thinking that all the people belong to only one family. It is not eliminating Islam. It is not eliminating Christianity. It is not eliminating any religion, any person. All the people who are living on the earth belong to only one family. That is the proclamation of Sanatana Dharma. That's why I am liking and loving Sanatana Dharma. That is the universal Dharma. That is not against Islam. That is not against Christianity. That is not against Buddhism. That is not against atheists also, who does not believe the God. Those who hate them, who wants to kill Sanatharma persons also, we love and like and embrace and bless and pray the Lord to change their minds. Just like the Jesus Christ, who are harassing him, he prayed the Lord, they are ignorant and innocent. Forgive them. That is, we have to universal dharma is only dharma. Universal rule is there. We have to follow that. Politics should not enter into religion. We should not give guns and hand bombs to the hands of the youth. We have to make them good scientists, good doctors, good lawyers, good politicians who make this world a abode of the peace. That is my ambition. Islam is also good. Islam is also good. Al-Aha. I told in the while I was giving my speech in the TV5 also, I declared the same thing. Al-Aha. Al-Aha. Shakti. Allah means power. Aha means the person who is having that power. That is Ardhanariswara, Shiva Shakti. Yehovah. Yehovah means I am here, I am here, I am there, I am everywhere. Same one thing, Advaita. So try to understand, try to unite all the people, don't divide. Destruction is very simple. Use your intelligence and political capacity also, power also, to make this world abode of the peace.
While earlier we were talking, you did suggest that there's going to be a strong leader who will be rooted in the understanding of Indian culture, and probably that is what we see in Prime Minister Narendra Modi. How you see India under the leadership of Narendra Modi?
You need not worry. Narendra Modi is going to make India a powerful country, so as it can unite all the people, not leaders, all the people of the world, and bring peace to the world. Not only he is thinking about Ganges, he is thinking about the Kasi, he is thinking about Kashmir, and he is thinking about youth, he is thinking about how to attract all the intellectuals of the world to come to India. And he is willing, so he is having a vision, our vision. It is not he who is working there. The united effort and support of all the yogis who wanted to make India the greatest and strongest country in the world, so as it can mix and merge, no doubt at all, it can mix and merge with United States of America to bring peace to the world. Again and again, I am telling, unless and until these two countries comes to closer and closer, then other countries, some other countries who are creating problems, they keep quiet. To make them keep quiet, they have to come together. No, they need not suppress other countries also. No, they don't suppress. No harm to any other country, including Pakistan, Bangladesh, China, other Arabic countries, Islam countries also. Islam is very good. I like Islam very much. I practiced Islamic Dharma. I practiced Biblical Dharma. I practiced Bauddha Dharma. I practiced Jaina. I practiced each and every Dharma also. So you need not worry. Don't confuse your mind and don't confuse the rest. That is my advice to each and everyone. Cooperate, and give a big helping hand to Narendra Modi. And here, the head of the US United States of America also. We will succeed and we will make the world about of the peace. I bless you all on this auspicious day, Kartika Purnima. Let us lighten Prema Jyoti in our heart, Jnana Jyoti in our mind, and put the two Jyotis at the lotus feet of the Lord, the universal Lord, who is omnipotent and omnipresent. I bless you all.
Thank you very much. Talking to Vishwam Ji Maharaj is always uplifting and enriching experience. And once again, we get the conviction that as human being, we have the capacity and strength to lead life with love and peace. So, with love and peace and with gratefulness, offering my pranams to you and thanking you.